rent-free in your head, and Lions has definitely booked you in a situation you did not prepare for. But are you prepared for Endgame?
There is no doubt in my mind that I am prepared for Endgame, Lyons Danielson. I mean, you are the brother of my estranged ex-boyfriend, aren't you? I don't like the way your face looks. And, I'm actually curious. How does it feel knowing that I made your mother call me mommy?
I mean, I did not prepare for that question just as much you did not prepare for Machine Gun Bubblegum. I think
I didn't prepare for Machine Gun Bubblegum. Me. You have no merit to say such a thing. You haven't seen me in the ring in how long? How many years? None of you have. To tell me I'm not prepared, all the training I've done, it doesn't have to be on the screen. Everything I go through, all the hard work, the trials and tribulations I put myself through, all the blood, the sweat and tears I bleed for this. I own half of this company. Anything goes. You don't even have a guaranteed job, after all, but I am a sweetheart. And I see that you do your job pretty swell. So, out of curiosity, besides the fact of you trying to tell me that bubblegum is in my head when it's just not true, I'd like better questions from you. So, Mr. Danielson, give me a better question than that.
a better question, you say? I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. Machine Gun Bubblegum seems like she's everywhere you go, and I feel like she's definitely in your head. But other than that, Zoe, you said it's years since you've been in the ring, and who's to say that you still got it?
Who's to say? Me! When you watch Endgame, you will see somebody who hasn't missed a step in that ring. Remember how dominant I used to be? And if you're gonna look at the past and tell me, oh, but you could have changed, you're damn right I changed. I changed into a better woman than I've ever been, ever in my whole life. And that's all thanks to your brother, Daniel Lyons. And trust me, you might think I have hard feelings when that's true. But when I think about it, I'm grateful for what Daniel Lyons did to me. Breaking my heart was the best thing that's happened to me because look where I am now. I wouldn't have been able to say that if that didn't happen. If Eddie Reed didn't call me and give me an opportunity to slide back in and do this, take over this place, I own half of this. Every single one of you. It's crazy to cope with all that power. And where's Lyons been? At all. At his house healing. You know what? If it was me and I went through that light fixture, I would have had half-degree burns on my back and I still would have been in the chair running this place because that's the dedication I have to COH. I bleed for this place, and I always have until Daniel Lyons decided to hurt me. And then he took away my contract, and he ripped it up. And then guess what? Guess where I am now? Oh, here again. Because this is where I've always meant to be. This is where I was supposed to be. And that's just, there's no doubt about it. This is where my home is. And you can hate me and think that he's the good guy, but you're wrong. Have you ever, in your whole life, loved anybody? I mean, you would have been in the world, the shirt off your back, and it was the last piece of clothing you had. You ever love someone that deep, and then all of a sudden, it all changes. You don't know why? Because I sure as hell don't. I didn't do anything to him for him to hurt me like that. I don't remember, at least. And I guess overall, bubblegum? I'm grateful that Daniel Lyons is giving me this opportunity because it just gives me a chance to end this. End all these silly games. You guys don't have the cameras all the time. That girl's following me everywhere. I'm grocery shopping. Bubblegum's there. I see her in my dreams. And you know what? You're right, she's in my head. But I already accepted the demons inside of me. And there's not one person who could stop me from this. My mission now for Endgame is to take out that psycho bitch. And there's no doubt in my mind that it's gonna happen. Endgame, watch it. Please. Give me my revenue. Give me my money. Because that's what I deserve. I deserve all of it. Everything. Everything I've been through. And you know what? I feel like it's not talked about enough. All the freaking hard work I go through, everything, every person I have to deal with, and the only people who had the balls to come up to me and tell me that they wanted something was Stars on Fire? Are you serious? Not even Bubblegum opened her mouth to me. Notes and spooky promises of what? What's awake? Nothing! I'm gonna silence her, just like I'll silence all my haters and my doubters and my non-believers. That's what I do! That's what I have to do! Tell me something different! I wish Lyons was here! I've been begging to see him every week, and where has he been? I've getting flashbacks to the past when things were good for us, and it's disgusting! The way he made my heart beat is something I never, ever want to feel again. I am glad I killed that part of me, and now I'm here. Lyons hurt me, and it's my job to hurt everyone else. Just so you know, that's your brother's fault, not mine. If there's anybody else backstage who wants to come up to me and ask me for an opportunity, make me impressed, make me proud of you, be someone. Don't be a wimp, don't be scared, don't not believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, why am I gonna believe in you? You talking to Lyons? Is that what you guys are doing? Phone calls to Lyons? Well, he's not even in the building. Come to my office. This office. I'm better than Daniel Lyons. I'm better than Eddie Reed. I am the best owner that this company's had, and it's just the beginning. And that Endgame, Daniel Lyons, that jungle of yours, is mine.
Well, there you have it. Zoe's ready for Machine Gun Bubblegum, but there's a lot more. There's a lot of politics surrounding this matchup. What's going to happen as one half of the owner of COH goes toe-to-toe with Machine Gun Bubblegum, and a opener that you do not want to miss. Don't miss Endgame, especially don't miss the first matchup that's happening on the night. Machine Gun Bubblegum, Zoe, whose side are you on? And now let's get down to our next matchup. It will be for the new Rise Tag Team Championships. Stars on Fire, the Influence, and let's start it off with Stars on Fire, the Challengers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I feel honestly,
I also feel
Zoe just said.
So do I. I
But
feel
you know
like taking
who's
somebody's
not
titles now.
inspiring or feeling. I do feel like that though as well. But you know who's not inspirational or inspiring or influential? I say, just like Zoe and myself and you.
Wait, I might know.
The influence.
I knew you were going to say that. I thought you were going to say red bait, and then ruined.
We're almost always on the same page, but we will be on the same page at Endgame when we take those Rise Tag Team titles. Now, Tom, I have a question for you. Right?
Go for it.
Where is Richie Rich? You see him? You hear him? I don't see him here. Very sad.
No, hang on. Let me just look out my window quickly. No, I don't see him there either.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about all this yelling and screaming and chicanery and swears and all of this, that, and the other, because quite frankly, me and you both don't need to do that because we're just
press conference. We're pretty
that.
professional here tonight.
Oh, really? So that's why Richie's not here. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, no, I'm
Thank
here.
you.
They're
Thank
here.
No, you're there.
You know, here's what it is. How y'all doing?
You're in my blind spot, Richie. I didn't see you were there.
Oh yeah, perfect. No, I just couldn't overhear the fact of the amount of bullshit coming from y'all. So please continue. Please do.
All right, let's start a counter. Number one,
starting,
right
Chef Fire, it's starting.
Oh, Richie, come on. Let's give our esteemed guests a little chance to explain themselves. All right.
I mean, I'm
go on.
running a little bit behind.
You've changed your tune.
That's very shocking.
You were kicking and screaming down hard mic the other week. Well, what's happened to you?
Wait, Tom. I think here's what happened. He went to the children, right? And the children made him meditate or something like that. Some High School Musical type of deal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, Surefire, we've been saying that it's like an episode of High School Musical, but it really isn't. It's like an episode of Glee.
I actually like that show.
I mean, maybe they should
That's a really
stop.
good show.
Maybe they should stop believing that they're gonna beat us.
That was a good song. Not gonna lie. So here's something here. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm not gonna ask you the question, Tom. We are gonna ask the questions to the so-called champions, APH and Richie. So guys, how are you feeling going into this match?
You want to answer that one, Rich?
Uh,
I'm surprised APH hasn't made it about himself yet.
Personally for me, I think APH, we've been kind of feeling a little bit serious about these chumps about how they're going to say, oh, we're going to run this division, yada that. Let's give them back the same thing, right? We're looking past y'all.
Really?
Like, I mean,
To who?
maybe because I
Who's
probably took maybe because I probably had a few drinks before I got here. Hey, my esteemed guest, who she means, but she drove me here. But
How
point
many
is,
drinks did
I
you
moved the
have?
car.
This is very unprofessional, I'd say.
It's just a
Mr. Danielson, are you going to take this from the champs? Wow.
This is very unprofessional, I think. Quite frankly, Tom, should we have these two representing the company? I don't think so, personally. What do you think,
me neither.
Tom?
Me neither. I also don't think they should.
Lion Sanderson, do you, if that's your real name, do you think they should represent the company?
Enough with the disrespect, Surefire. You've been tag team champion over and over and
More
over
than
again.
yes, more than anyone here. Yes,
but this is the first time I feel like your chances are very slim, if you will. And
oh my god!
Excuse you.
I just think you
serious?
two are wishing that you're the champions, but you're just window shopping at this point.
You know what, Lions Danielson? You're probably under the influence.
Oh Lord, hold on.
No. Here's the thing. The influence.
Well, that's the champion's name now, isn't it?
Haterade. You're hating like usual. Very disgusting.
Number one.
You know what?
By the way.
You know what? Hold on. Let's get rid of the haterade crap. Let's turn it down for a second. All right. Let me really speak to y'all for real for a second. If we really look at this whole situation, I said this over and over again, but I feel like a broken record, and I'm not going to repeat it to verbatim. All of this could have been avoided if y'all showed us how good you really were on that July night.
But you already do know. You already do know that, though. You already know how good we already are.
Here's the thing.
The thing is, APH.
Uh-huh.
No. Here's the thing, and I'll call a spade because I'm real. I will sit here and I'll tell you the facts. The thing is, we didn't need to on that July night because you're easily provocable. We have provoked you.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me?
Out the pram.
So you're telling me that
your academy.
All right.
We trashed your academy. We ruined the dreams of everybody that's ever stepped foot into your academy. We provoked you for weeks and weeks until you were red in the face on the hard mic, red in the face, eating out of the palm of mine and Surefire's hand. You have made this entire situation about yourself, and there you are again, doing the exact same song and dance.
You know what?
You're
right. Hold on, Surefire. You're right. This is the same song and dance. So let's switch it up, huh? Let's just see. Look, Richie may be looking past y'all because he's doing and done with all this, but I'm not. I've said it again and again and again how talented you boys are. But the one thing I say that y'all lack conviction. You mean to tell me you didn't need to beat us on that July night to earn a shot at the tag team titles? If you were that good, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. You would be tag champions. You would be rivaling Perk Angle's dominance in the tag division. And you would be on cloud nine on top of the world, having everybody sipping the haterade. Hell, you might be lucky like Windsor and make your own haterade drink. But guess what? That didn't happen. You know why? Because maybe somebody needs to tell you this. I don't know if Tone did. I don't know if Zoe did. I don't know who needs to tell you this, but I'm going to help you out. You guys saying that you are the best tag team. You guys saying that you're going to be the tag team champions. You guys constantly saying out of those little gabs y'all got that y'all gonna beat us, that y'all gonna take over this division, that y'all gonna finally take what's yours. Guess what? I've been hearing a lot of talk. Surefire at least has the credentials to back up his talk. Thomas, I don't think you do.
I have
This
10
is as
years of
close to you.
experience under
This
my
is as
belt,
hold on.
APH.
10
I
years
do
of
not
experience. Don't
need
interrupt me.
I
Don't
do
interrupt
not
me.
need
Hold on.
to talk
Don't
about
interrupt
my
me.
achievements every
You
week like
have none.
you do.
Here's the thing. I talk about my achievements all the time because you keep forgetting. No one needs to talk about your achievements because you don't have any.
It's a bit
Surefire has a
debatable,
record.
but you know.
Surefire has a resume. You do not. In fact, this is the closest you've ever been to a tag team title opportunity, right or not? It's like the closest you've ever been to a championship. Here's the thing. All this talk you guys have been doing for so damn long, me and Richie just do it. Me and Richie
But
said, we're going to be the
here's the
tag team
thing.
champions. And guess what? We became the tag team champions. Years ago, I said I'll be world heavyweight champion. I've done it twice.
After you were
And I
finished
keep,
sniffing
and you
around
keep,
Chris Aaron. I mean, you
wait. So it's because of Chris Aaron that I passed, hold on. It's
Yeah,
because of
damn
Chris Aaron I
straight.
passed in against Devlin.
Damn
It's because of
straight.
Chris Aaron. Chris
Damn
Aaron was
straight.
near the stratosphere. By then he was arrested, you dingus. Remember your history, brother. Come on now.
I don't need
Okay,
history,
so
mate.
if
It's
that's the
fact.
case, who's responsible for me beating Tone White at WrestleCade 9? I thought so.
Okay.
Lucky, he said. Okay.
That was
All right,
that
but
was
my problem is,
that was a
my
year
whole
ago,
thing is,
APH.
it's a year ago and I'm still holding gold.
Again. You're
It's a year ago and
proving
I'm
me
still
right.
holding gold.
You're eating out of the palm of my hand.
You say
are
that,
I don't
but
making
hear
here's
this
the thing.
about yourself
Oh, no.
again.
Tom.
I'm not trying to make this
Tom.
about
But may I
myself.
remind you?
You know what?
May I
Where's Richie?
remind you?
Go for it.
Now, hang on, Chef. May I remind you that when we trashed your academy, you weren't the first line of defense. You were the last. You were the last person on
And
the
I've
scene.
taken-
You let those rookies take the bullet for you. You were
you
the
know what?
last line of defense, and you read the writing on the wall. And at
You know
Endgame,
what?
the
Yeah.
writing is on the wall for the influencers. You hear and new. Rise,
You know what?
tag team champions.
I can
Thomas Starr,
understand.
Alex
I can understand that.
SOF.
You got something to say, Surefire? Because once you speak and once you
You know,
finish,
it's
I don't
funny.
want to be interrupted.
You know, it's funny, Tom. You hear word after word out of APH talking about himself, but when is he ever going to talk about Richie?
Agreed.
Who's that
That's what I'd like
speaking
to
in
know.
the background? That's all got to pipe down, quite frankly. Very rude. In my honest opinion, right? Let me say this. You can talk about, oh, we are the best tag team champions right now, blah, blah, blah. But it'll always be me and whoever I decide to team with, who will always and forever be the best tag team alive. Past, future, present, and future. It's always going to be me at the top of this division. It's always going to be me. And it's going to be Tom indefinitely. It's going to be great. But here's the thing. You say that we talk and talk and talk, but you're listening. You hear what we're saying. You're digesting what we're saying. But do you hear anybody else? Who's chirping? Do you hear Money Mafia? No. Do you hear Devlin and Lions? No. Do you hear, Duke and Jason? No.
Sorry. Sorry, that one made me laugh.
Like, come on.
So,
There's no one else. It's just going to be me and Tom. Forever and ever and ever. The star's always going to be on fire, whether it's in this galaxy, in this universe, or another one. It's a done deal.
before APH, I'm gonna let you drop your facts real quick because I gotta ask the ground. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna be polite and let you do it.
You sure about this? Because
I got a lot of words to say here because
you are on fire right now. So I want you to get this before I end this. All right. So
all right,
before we do this, Rich, before we do this,
uh-huh.
you two done? Is that it? Is that everything y'all have to say?
I mean, as long as you don't make it about yourself for 10 minutes.
Okay, so Richie, go for it.
Let me go ahead and say this real quick because I'm a little bit new to the game. Don't get me wrong, a little bit new. But y'all say y'all been this tag team, this incredible tag team work, yet y'all don't have any tag team championships. Why is that exactly? It's not because of your incredible ability. No. Your ability on the mic is incredible. It's up there. Up there with the greats even. But you want to know why y'all haven't got those tag team championships? Because no one trusts you. Tone doesn't trust you. Zoe gave you an opportunity, but yet the fact remains on this. When you lose to us, guess what? That trust is gone. We are the influence. They gave us an opportunity, and they said, APH and Richie, go out there and do your thing. I was on the verge of quitting, but I never gave up on myself. And the management team said, you know what? Let's put you with APH and Richie. Or let's put you with APH. Let's see what happens then. Look what happened now. We're tag team champions, and I hold my first ever piece of gold in this company. So you want to know the fact of this? And I'll repeat it again. Nobody trusts y'all. Management doesn't trust you. The entire roster doesn't trust you. These fans don't trust you. APH doesn't trust you. And sure as hell, I don't trust you. So if we gave these up to you, the tag division is dead in COH. Hell, Overdrive is doing 10 times better than Rise. If we ever drop this title to you. So I want you to stew on that and think on it. I want you to go home. I want you to sleep on it. Because the fact remains, when we go up against y'all at Endgame, we will hold the gold. And the influence will continue to make this tag division the best that this entire wrestling world, this great sport, has ever fucking seen.
You know what though, Richie?
Oh my!
You know what though, Richie? Just APH. Just let me rebuttal. Yeah, we love a bit of rebuttaling. You talk about trust. You talk about trust. I suggest, Richie, you look in your app. Because again, when we raided the academy, he didn't listen to a word that you said. I suggest you look in the mirror. He didn't want to hear what you were saying. He sent you off to the back of the academy to help God knows who. He didn't want you on the line of defense. He didn't want you there, Richie, and it's a fact. So please look in the mirror.
Are you done, Thomas?
All yours, APH.
No interruptions from either you or Shafar. No interruptions.
No.
Y'all say I keep making this about myself, yet constantly bring out the fact that I let my students and my security and everybody in the academy take a beating for the name of excellence. Here's the thing. I've beaten myself up for that numerous times. I have looked up to the heavens and I have asked myself, what could I have done differently? There is not a single thing that I hate more than seeing other people get hurt, other people get roped into crap that I have to deal with. That's my responsibility, mine alone. That's why I let Richie go to the back and help out Johnny, because I didn't want Richie to get hurt while trying to fight my battles. Because at the end of the day, y'all didn't do that to hurt him. Y'all did that to hurt me. Y'all took away something that I loved. Y'all took away something that I helped build. Y'all took away something that I made. But drop me. Let's look at you. I've said this countless of times. All y'all boys do is talk. All y'all boys do is use those gifted gabs, and y'all are very gifted at it. You're not as gifted as us, but I'm just saying. The problem is, all that gift of the gab haven't given y'all a lick of camaraderie to show for it. Not a single lick of championship gold. Not a single lick of validation. You see, we got our validation. These tag team titles. We told the world we were going to make this tag division all about excellence. And we not only talked about it, we were about it. Y'all told me that y'all didn't have to beat me on July 28th to get a title opportunity because y'all knew y'all were going to come right back here. The problem is, y'all say all that. You say you're the best. You say you're number one, but you never really showed anything. What have you really shown? What? You can win tag matches. You can win singles matches. Whoop-de-doo. But can you win when it matters the most? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about big match moments. Big time. Marquee. Can you win the big one? Can you take that massive opportunity in front of you, all the pressure that comes with it, and all the eyes squared on you? Because, see, I've seen a lot of teams do this. I've seen a lot of people do this in sports itself. You see teams out here, they 0-3, they 3-0, they winning all these little matches, all these big games, all these little things at 1 o'clock, at 4 o'clock. Everyone's like, oh, they beat this team. Oh, great, they're 3-0. You put them on Monday Night Football. Okay, now let's see what they're going to do with all the eyes on them. And they blow it. They choke. That's what you guys are. You're that team. You're frauds. That's all you've been showing us over the past number of months, over the past year. You talk a big game. You talk about being the best. You talk about being number one. But during that time span, who's been number one in this tag team division? Herc Angle and Cutthroat Inc. Hell, Cutthroat Inc. showed that they're number one. Not better than us, but anyway. They showed that they are one of the best tag teams in the world because they said, we're going to go to Overdrive after we lost the Undisputed titles, and we're going to win the Overdrive tag titles right the hell back. And guess what? They did that. They didn't just talk about it. They just were about it. You boys. Oh, I have not seen two little boys that talk so much but have very little to back it up. And that's what it's all come down to at Endgame. You guys talked about, and I just said it, y'all took everything from me. Y'all tried to take the academy, y'all tried to take my sanity, and y'all trying to take these. But here's the problem. You can take the academy, you can take my sanity, you can take all that and roll up in a ball and smoke it if you want to. But the problem is, you ain't taking these titles. And that's what's really gonna hurt you. You think you got me in the palm of your hands because you got me angry. Guess what? Everybody gets me angry. I got a short fuse, baby. I've always had a short fuse.
And that will be your downfall.
What did I just say? No interruptions.
No, I was just stating the fact. So you can carry on.
I'm not in an echo chamber, so I don't need your echo. All right? Anyway, the bottom line is, the way I look at you boys, all I see is two children who are trying to play dress up with their daddy's clothes. Y'all want to think that y'all hot shots. Y'all want to think that you're number one, but you're not. You can have all these little wins in singles matches and on Rise and everything, but when the pay-per-view lights are on, when the stars are on brightest, when you guys are asked to perform above and beyond your pay grade, when you're asked to perform at a 12, when you normally perform at a 10, what happens? What's going to happen next week at Endgame in Denver, Colorado, when you boys face the number one team on COH Rise? And it ain't hyperbole. It ain't just me saying it just so I can get a catchphrase down. It's me saying it because it's the truth. We beat Cutthroat Inc. We became tag team champions. We're number one. What's going to happen when y'all face off against the, not parentheses, the capital THE, the best tag team in the world, and you lose? What's going to happen when every single thing you have worked for falls? I asked y'all this on July 28th, and y'all didn't give me a direct answer because y'all went straight to Zoe. So let me ask this again. What's going to happen when next week at Endgame, the titles that you so desperately been trying to covet, you got my sanity, you got the academy banged up, you have me on the ropes, but what happens when you can't get these babies right here, huh?
Hate to cut y'all off, but I think we gotta wait and see, man. I think we gotta get to Endgame.
Hold on, Lions. One more thing. One more thing.
All right.
Because I'm gonna need to put a little spoiler in this, huh? Because they talked about how they're gonna hear the announcer say whatever. No. At the end of the day, bell's gonna ring, and they gonna hear your winners and still COH Wise Tag Team Champions. Richie Rich, Angel Perkins Harris, The Influence. And while we raise our titles up high, I'm going to scream as loud as I can for the chief as we raise our belts. And while y'all go back to square motherfucking one.
Oh my.
Me. At the king, you best not miss. We out.
Well, that's going to be a great tag team title match at Endgame, one for the history books for COH Rise. But now it's time to talk about Overdrive because it is official. Psycho G, a big name on the Endgame pay-per-view history. Well, he's got definitely history to be made because he's going to have to face Lucky Marino inside of a unforgiving steel cage. Usually I would ask for predictions in this matchup, but this is the first time ever we're going to see Lucky inside the ring, and it happens to be inside of a steel cage against one of the most loose cannons in the world and one of the most unforgiving, ruthless Psycho G. What's going to go down? Can Lucky fight the good fight for everyone who had a problem with Psycho G, or will this be the beginning and the end of Lucky's career? We'll have to wait and see in-game inside the steel cage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to talk about a feud, a grudge they faced many of times. Bound for Honor being the last time that they made history. But since the aftermath of Summer Series, Carter Blackwell was single-handedly the man that restored honor. But a man that had a massive problem with it was Jordan Brooks. The feud, the grudge match, it all goes down at Endgame. And I'm going to tell you right now, this match does not have a gimmick. This match doesn't have a stipulation. But I got a strange feeling somebody is going to get hurt. And somebody might be hurt very, very badly, as Carter Blackwell, the ace of Code of Honor, going to take on Jordan Brooks. Two greats, two of the best here today, will collide at Endgame. And ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to talk about a moment in time. Friday Night Overdrive was the return of Jay Jones, and we found out that Jay Jones will be in the middle of one of the biggest feuds on Friday nights. Aiden Robinson, Big Perk Mamba, Jay Jones laying down the law. And it's going to be one for the ages, and I think I'm being joined by Mamba, if I'm not mistaken.
Lions. I have a quick question. Who sanctioned this?
Well, it doesn't matter now. You're in the match. It's made.
No, because
You're trying to get out of it now?
No, because I already know. I have a feeling, right? Jay Jones, Aiden Robinson, best buddies, training partners, whatever. They're gonna screw me. I just know they're gonna screw me. So I ask you again, who sanctioned this?
Hey,
Who even let him
I
in the
don't
building?
book Friday nights. Don't look at me.
Who even let him in the building? Because it wasn't me. Who let this guy back into my show after I kicked him out?
You kicked them out?
Yeah, after that cell match, where'd he go? I'm at a loss. Where'd he go? Where's he been? Last 2 years. Where's he been?
Hey, man, it doesn't matter. He's here now, and he's going to lay down the law as special guest referee.
Lay down the law. I'm sure he's gonna lay down the law.
Justice will be served. Whether it's you or Aiden Robinson winning the matchup, he's going to call it straight down the middle.
Yeah, and how do you know that? You know Jay Jones personally?
Of course,
No.
I've been calling his matches
like
for
I do.
years. Former
Not
world
like I do.
champion.
Not
Oh,
like
Please
never.
enlighten me. You're the student in his coaching, but please enlighten me how much you know about Jay Jones.
See, there's a lot I know about Jay Jones, and a lot of negative things I know about Jay Jones. The one thing I do know is that he's possessive. That's what I'll say. Possessive. If you remember correctly, 2 years ago, the reason this entire rivalry happened is because he wasn't happy that I was taking a new leap in my career with Team Perk Angle. He wasn't happy that I was doing better for myself, and then decided to try and concuss me. So, if anything, I jab at him a little bit. I make a little bit of fun at Summer Series. You heard what he said. He said that he didn't forget. He didn't forget. He's gonna do something. I just know he's gonna do something. And I, who sanctioned it? Why is this happening? I asked for a simple one-on-one contest, no stipulation.
Maybe it's the right thing to do
No, it's
because
not.
it's not over between you and Aiden. I mean, who's to say that that you bit off more that you could chew? You kept asking for this. You kept getting inside the head of Aiden Robinson, and you thought he was just gonna sit there and just like, I don't know, lay down for you, and you could be the self-proclaimed future of this place. I don't think
Yes,
so.
that's
Aiden
exactly what I
Robinson
thought
is
was going to
not
happen,
going
if I'm
to
being honest.
let you slide this time around. I mean, you might have beaten him by hook or by crook. I mean, there was a little bit of indifference of my decision making on that one, of calling the action and saying that you won the matchup, but I stuck to my word. How you won the matchup, it's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think you deserve this. I think Jay Jones is here, honestly, to watch two of his students collide. Because you kept
Watching the
bringing his name
fans.
up when he hasn't been around. He's being brought up. The fans cheer his name week in and week out, and he hasn't even been employed in this company for years. He left on his own terms, right? But the fans brought him back. So if you're going to blame anybody, blame the fans.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I hate the audience. Actually, I blame the audience. Wow, thanks. That helps me so much.
Well,
for
they're
who to
right.
blame.
The fans are right. Jay Jones needs to be here because you need a rude awakening.
All right. As for Aiden Robinson, I don't know where he is. I heard he might have a little coughy cough, but I beat you once. I'll beat you again. I, I care that Jay Jones is there because I know something's gonna happen, but I'll just move out the way. I'll just dodge whatever he's trying to do. I'll hit you with Perky and then one more time, and you'll go night night again. Just like Summer Series, just like every other time we'll face in the future. Hopefully not, because who likes facing Aiden Robinson? The only reason this is happening again is because he keeps getting these opportunities that I deserve.
You didn't get a fair victory over him. That's why it's happening twice. That's why it's happening again. If you got a fair victory, Jay Jones wouldn't even
Did the referee
arrive
see
to
me?
be the
Did the
ref.
referee see me do anything unlawful?
And that's why Jay Jones will be the
Did
official.
the
That's
referee?
exactly why you're going to have to face Aiden Robinson in a rematch. You have answered my question tenfold. That's why we have Jay Jones as the
Okay,
special guest referee.
touche, touche. I hate this. I hate this a lot, man. I hate you,
But
Lions. I hate Aiden. I hate JJ. I hate I hate the audience. I hate the rest of the roster. Most of the roster. I don't know. I hate a lot of this, man. Why who Aiden Robinson, one last thing, buddy. Um I know you're sick. I know something's going on with your throat. So you can't be here tonight, but be ready cuz even with JJ's help, I don't care how many knees he's gonna hit me with. I don't care how many kicks you're gonna hit me with. I don't care if you fly in the sky, hit a 630 freaking Canadian destroyer. I don't care. You will be laying down on the mat again. Maybe I'll twerk on you again. If that teaches you to stay out my business. I'm out.
well, business is about to pick up because Aiden Robinson taking on Mamba with Jay Jones in the middle of it all. Two of his students about to collide, and justice will indeed be served as Jay Jones will make sure we will finally have a winner and decide who is indeed the future of Code of Honor. But let's get down to the next matchup, as it's going to be now, as heard on social media yesterday and today, it's a buzz. It's a hair versus hair. It's Tori Rex versus Bree. And I'm going to have to say this, Bree. It has came down to this, Kayla, the sugar cast is split. Kayla was kidnapped by Tori Rex, and I don't know what to say. I mean, I can only imagine what's going through your head right now, as your hair will be on the line, but so is Tori Rex's hair be on the line. And Bree, what are you gonna do going into this matchup? How are you gonna get revenge on Tori Rex?
I think you've seen what I've been doing. Everywhere she goes, I'm there. I'm not the type of person to sit on my own laurels and wait and to give up. Tori took something that doesn't belong to her. She took my tag team partner after my tag team partner beat her clean in the ring. She attacked her from behind, bloodied her, then dragged her away, and I haven't seen her. I'm worried, and all I've been doing is getting these threats on social media. I've been getting all these clips sent to my DMs from Tori of her cutting Kayla's hair, and it's drove me to a point where the part of me I thought I locked away so many years ago on the indies has resurfaced. It's climbed out my soul. It's scratched out through the surface of my face, and I'm afraid of what I'm gonna do to her. I showed up in an airport. I beat up an old lady in an airport because she shoved her into me, and she got away, and that woman got in my way because I couldn't get to Tori. If you could, if you've seen what I did, that's not like me. It's not like me. And I'm afraid what I'm gonna do to her Saturday. I think, I think, I think I'm gonna kill her in the ring, and I think it's not just gonna be about hair. It's life or death. Because I'm willing to give up my hair, and my hair is my identity. As a trans freaking woman in this community, or in this world, hair means everything, because that's part of us. It finishes the silhouette of who we are as women. And she taken the one person that's believed in me every day from our idle days in that other place to where we are now and being a tag team. We had a dream in coming to COH to be tag team champions, to be the next women's or the first women's tag team champions eventually. And this is all being jeopardized by one woman. I didn't believe in demons or devils, but I sure as hell do now. And she's not a savior, she's a narcissist. And at Endgame, her game is going to come to an end. Because when the spotlight is on the entire world when it comes to Tori, I'm going to humiliate her in the ring. I'm going to expose her for what she is. She's not a wrestler. She's not a human. She's a diva. And what do I do with divas? I get rid of them. So, screw the outcast gimmick, one night only. The Welsh Nightmare is making an appearance. And trust me,
Oh my.
you don't want to mess with Bree effing George. And Tori, if you're hearing this right now, I know where you are. I got eyes on you. And trust me, this is your end. Win, lose, or draw. I'm taking your soul, taking your blood, and taking that god awful thing on your head that you call hair when it's just a freaking weave. And you're gonna need 100 referees. You're gonna need every one of Zoe's personalities in the office to put you back together and weave your soul back into pieces. Because when I'm done with you, you're gonna wish you died in that ring.
Well, it is definitely personal, Bree, but I do have one question. I mean, it is hair versus hair, but who's to say that if you beat Rex at Endgame, that doesn't bring Kayla back, does it?
Well, well, from what I've heard, for my acceptance of this match, that once the match is over, she'll release Kayla, from what I've heard. But if I don't get Kayla back, if I kill Tori, I'll go to hell, and I'll beat the living crap out of her until I find out where Kayla is. I'll go to purgatory. I'll go to wherever depths of hell. I will literally walk the valley of death until I find Kayla.
Yeah, I think this is more than just a match. I think you're facing Tori Rex, hair versus hair, but I think you're going to practically have an I Quit match. You know, it's literally you're literally fighting for your friend more so than you're fighting for yourself. Your hair is on the line, but more so your pride's on the line. And I think Tori Rex is got a plan, and I'm feeling very uncomfortable about that plan because you never know, like where if Kayla's going to be in the building where they have Kayla. I don't know where the whereabouts is, but when it's hair versus hair, I wish you good luck, Bree.
Thank you, and thank you for your time. And I'm sorry to your fans what you're gonna see on Saturday.
I'm sure they're going to like it. You don't have to worry about them.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm gonna take my Dr. Pepper, and I'm gonna sell it right here, and I'm gonna think of 100 different things what to do next. Thank you for your time. Later.
Yep. Well, there's been a lot of chaos, and that's just only one of the matches that has produced probably the most high drama on the show as of late. Because I'm still recovering from Friday nights. You know, during a situation of Matsuda Tanaka and Corey Rose trying to iron things out before the potential wedding. You know, the engagement party, if you will. Grilly Steele wanted to get the edge before they went toe to toe at Endgame, and I hope he could swim. We haven't heard from Grilly Steele since he was dumped in the ocean at Seaside Heights, I do believe, is where that happened in New Jersey. And honestly, I hope Grilly Steele can make it to Endgame. I mean, I don't know if the doctors or the physicians there, the fire department, have gotten Grilly Steele out of the water yet. Grilly Steele, if he's there, if he got out of that situation, if he's not drowned by then, he will be taking on Matsuda Tanaka, and I think Grilly Steele will be able to make it, and I hope so. But in game, if Grilly Steele is indeed in the building, he'll be taking on Matsuda Tanaka and Denver, Colorado, in a grudge match. And if you saw last time when they two faced, mistakes were made. Matsuda Tanaka lost by controversy of Corey Rose. But will the engagement still be on? Who knows? When it's one-on-one, Grilly Steele, Matsuda Tanaka, TMZ is talking about it, and so will you at Endgame. And I do hope Grilly Steele is okay. Hopefully we'll have updates right before Endgame. I'm sure he'll be there. I'm sure we got him out of that situation, but here's a deadly situation, right? The Great British Championship will be hanging in the balance for the Endgame Chamber. And I'm being joined right now by the champion who's going to have all the obstacles in his way, but he wouldn't have it any other way. Oliver Windsor, are you ready for Endgame?
Of course I'm ready. You know, I've been in the Endgame chamber a few times now. Well, if you want to bring it up, I haven't won any of the Endgame chambers, but I'm a different person now. I'm walking in this as champion. I'm walking in against people I've beaten before. I'm pretty sure in single match I've beaten nearly everyone in this chamber. So it's like second chance saloon for these guys. You know, it's probably the only chance they'll get to try and take this title off me, because one-on-one I'm pretty much unbeatable these days. You know, I'm probably the only person in a calendar year to, you know, be the champion of North America and Great Britain. It's pretty much a fact, but you know, we got rid of that title, we're on to a new title, historic title, one that I've built up myself. You know, not many people can build a title on their backs, but I've done that now. It's the IT title on Overdrive. I prove it week in, week out. I'm an entertainer. I had great value everywhere I go. Also a restaurateur with Windsor. I'm like the total package. And these guys have to live up to that. They have to bring themselves on. They've got to, well, I'd like to say become great, but I'm great. They'll just be a little bit better. But that's the aim for everyone on Overdrive. They have to be like me. They have to be like Windsor. That's just facts these days. But can they? That's the question.
I do want to ask you. I mean, what's the deal with you and Dustin Weaver? I mean, we saw what happened last week, and Dustin Weaver. What do you think his chances are in the chamber?
Very short. He was very lucky because that referee didn't do his job properly. One of my shoulders was off the ground. That's why I'm planning to, I've already planned this. I want to introduce Windsor assisted refereeing when we return. I want to get rid of all the errors from poor officiating. I want to make sure that everything is fair. I'm an impartial person. I've never picked sides. I just want everything to be fair and right. And he's lucky to be in this. Again, it's a second chance saloon match for these guys because he's had his chance. Now he's getting another one. We should not be giving out second chances. Should not happen.
He deserves it. I saw it on instant replay. We got instant replay in wrestling. I saw it. He pinned you. Your arms are on the canvas.
Listen, you are like
you doctored the photo to make it look like it wasn't. It was.
Listen. You guys are taking officiating off like the British Premier League. All that VAR controversy, all that nonsense. You're picking angles. Listen, I've watched it back. I've got my own cameras. I know what the truth is. The people know what the truth is. And this is why I'm going to have discussions about bringing in my own camera equipment to make sure everything is fair. But Dustin he's got another chance. Woo. See how he does. But he doesn't deserve it. So this is his last chance. No more. He goes to the back of the line.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see if you survive in the chamber to get to Dustin Weaver. Because he's not the only one in the chamber. We got Jack Hunter, Mr. Butterfly himself, Mr. Games of the Galaxy. What are you looking forward to colliding with another British wrestler inside that chamber?
I mean, I know Jack quite well. I've got respect. I've got time for him, but he's sort of taking his eye off the ball. How can you concentrate holding that briefcase? He should be focused on that, picking his moment. He don't need anything else on his mind. He's got the biggest opportunity of all. And, he shouldn't be worrying himself with this. It's a distraction he doesn't need. His head won't be in it. That's the only problem. I think his head's not in it. He'll be thinking about other things. He'll be, there's other matches on that night. He could cash in on anyone.
Yeah,
you never
cash
know.
in on Swift, could cash in on Crude, cash in on the winner of the matches. You never know what he's going to do. He's unpredictable.
Exactly.
I don't think he knows what he's going to do either.
He might even not go in the match. He might just actually sit out and then just go missing and just
eliminate himself.
Yeah, that's a smart move. That's a smart thing to do. You never know.
You know what? He could possibly cash in the match. Who knows? On you, and then the match is canceled, and he just leaves with the gold before the match even gets started.
That can happen.
No, it can't. He'd probably still have to do the match. It's still set. There's no escaping the Endgame chamber. Sorry, Windsor.
You're giving him ideas to maybe go. He might lose and then cash in again. I don't know. I don't know things. But you've confused the whole concept of this now for me.
You know what's not confusing about this chamber? The undefeated streak of Jake Carter. That's going to be on the line in this Endgame chamber. He's been undefeated this season.
He's been undefeated, but who's he been fighting? That's what I mean.
Best of the best.
No, he's not. He's not fought me, and when he did, he lost. Again, another second chance saloon loser. That's all it is. Again, you're just chucking people who have beaten. It's just
I'm
people
sure he
who
hasn't forgot
Winter's going
about
to beat again.
WrestleCade. I'm sure he's going to come back and haunt your dreams in this in-game
Oh,
chamber
he won't
match.
haunt my dreams. He's just a deathmatch guy. He's always been a deathmatch guy. He just wants to come and chuck some at me or whatever he wants to do. Chuck them through tables. I mean, he did win the Windsor Cup, which has to go down in history as him being the first winner, which does annoy me because he didn't technically compete in anything.
Oh, that's you. That's your competition, but the competition of in-game is similar to a death match, and I think you should be definitely worried about Jake Carter.
Listen, he's had a good run, but he's not faced me yet. So he's had a good run while it lasts, but he's coming in the ring against me, and he might just choke again like he did last time. So history has a tendency to repeat itself. That's what I'm saying.
Well, now you're going to be the man in the middle of these two because let's talk to Baltimore. Baltimore has a grudge against Kendrick Carter, but more importantly, I think he wants the championship more than anything. And let's hear from Baltimore right now.
I'm gonna be honest. When it pertains to the situation that is going on with me and Kendrick Carter, I'm not really gonna focus on that on Endgame. Honestly, if the fool's in my way, then I'm gonna do everything I can to take his head off. But as much as he wants this to be probably a lot about him, this isn't about him. This is about the Endgame chamber. This is about the Great British Championship. You see, I could have said all of this on the last Windsor TV, but let's face it, when you have a small bitch cutting you off every second, what can you do?
Oh my!
Windsor, the fact is, we are all fighting for your championship. 6 extraordinary competitors, 5 men and 1 preppy, doing whatever we can to win your title. You asked me if I'm going to be focused on that. You're damn right I am. Because when you get opportunities like this, I mean, you never gave me a one-on-one opportunity to, so of course I'm going to take advantage of getting in the ring with you and trying to rip away everything that you have. But I'm just letting everybody know. The last several months have not been the greatest, and I have needed to let off a lot of steam. Being locked in a chamber would be intimidating to some, not a desirable thing to many, but it's going to be perfect for me. Because every bit of rage, every bit of anger, every bit of frustration that I've had over the last several months will finally be let out. In the in-game chamber, you are going to see things that you wouldn't even imagine. Some things, Winter, you'll be able to see firsthand, whether it is you watching in your pod or I do them to you personally. At the end of the night, I'm going to do everything I can to become the Great British Champion. You can bet on that.
I mean, Baltimore, you destroyed a ring. You destroyed a stage. Who knows what you're going to destroy in that chamber? Whether it's a pod, those chain link fence locking you guys in, and Windsor, I'd be worried about this man over here, Baltimore.
I would have been worried about Barmore maybe a year ago, something like that. But he even said it himself, he's lost his way. And the chamber's not a place for someone who's lost his way. You just get lost in there. And I'm scared for you because it can be life changing. I've been in one before. I've survived it. And to me, you're saying all these words, and you've also got Preppy on your mind. you're not 100% focused. You can't be. Plus, you have this doubt in your mind, and I can hear it in your voice. I'm fully prepared. My biggest concern is, when the way they set up the chamber, there's like some dodgy stairs at the front. I might stub my toe. That's one of my concerns.
Your main concern is stubbing your toe?
Yeah, have you never felt that before? Like it's a really peculiar setup where they've got these like stairs there, and it's like, it's just I'm just not used to it. It's just like every time it's like I have to watch myself. It's a big worry for me. Because
I'm
I've
sure
got
you like
prized
looking
feet.
at the mirror, right?
Yeah,
I'm about to say some great champion.
Or Devin would say the mirror.
I've got prized feet here. I'm like, I need to keep them in tip-top condition. Need to keep myself prime. Any sort of slight injuries can, cause concern in a match like that. So you've got to be prepared in and out of the ring. And I'm fully confident, but like that's my main concern. I'll tell you that. I wanted to share that with you. It's my main concern.
Well, you heard it from the chat. If he stubs his toe, the title might change. So hopefully you don't stub your toe there, Windsor. It hurts,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
We've all stepped on Legos. That hurts too. But stubbing your toe, it's incredible pain. But I got a question though, Windsor. Have you ever been to the Caribbean?
No, I haven't actually. It could happen though. You've given me an idea because Windsor Hut is a global brand, and it's not in that region just yet. So maybe I might go.
Well, I'll tell you who's from the Caribbean, and he's cool, and he's going to the Endgame chamber, and that's Preppy. And Preppy, you've sit here, you listen to all this talk. What's going through your head as you're about to enter the chamber?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm mainly focused on the chamber. I'm mainly focused on the championship because I'm gonna give it up to Winsworth. He's a great champion. I respect him, but his arrogance gonna be his downfall. And unfortunately for Baltimore, he's washed. Like, why? I'm not worried about him. He's trash. He's overrated. He's nothing to me. My focus is to win that title, regardless of what anybody else thinks. And I am taking that title to the Caribbean too. You can bet your life on that.
Yeah, that Windsor, you could bet your life that he's going to bring that title to the Caribbean before you do.
No. After I win this match, I'm going straight there. That's going to be like, we've got time off. I could go straight there afterwards. I'm not going to Disneyland. I'm going to the Caribbean.
Hey, Preppy, are you at least worried about Balmer, though? I mean, that's a big man that you've been avoiding for a long, long time, and Braddock's usually helped you out on every single week going into this pay-per-view, and now you're head on. You're in the path of Balmore.
I'm going to be honest with you. Balmer lost his way. Like, this man is only focused on me. Like, he wants to destroy me and disrespect me. The last time I checked, he can't beat me one-on-one. Like,
Last time I checked, you just literally said like 5 different things that me or Windsor has already said. Losing his way, not focusing on me, or is focusing on the title. Dude, do you ever come up with anything on your own?
That you're trash, you're underrated, you're not on my level. Pretty much. Like, I'm not worried about you, honestly. Like, I don't know why you're speaking. Like, you should just shut up and just let me talk. Like, I don't know why you're here. You're only here because of the GM. GM felt sorry for you. Like, I don't know why you get on my nerves today. He was talking to me, not you. So sit down and shut up. You may continue.
Of course, he's saying this at a press conference where we got security. You usually have a Braddock, but we got about 6 Braddocks in the way of Balmer right now because we know what force he brings. The only difference is they don't speak Russian now, do they?
They don't. They don't.
Well, you're used to the Caribbean, but I think at the Endgame chamber, we're definitely going to see a Gangsta's Paradise. Shout out to Coolio, the late great Coolio, on that one, because it's going to be a dangerous situation. You don't know who's behind you at all times. You got Jake Carter. I think he's got issues with you too, Preppy, if I'm not mistaken.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Everybody got issues with me. I don't really care. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, you can hate me all you want. You can say I have a problem. You have a problem with me. It doesn't bother me. Like, if you have issues, oh well. Talk to a damn therapist. They ain't my problem.
Well, you have a lot of problems, but if you become champion, all those problems go away. You become the Great British Champion, all those problems go away. In Windsor, I don't know what's going through your mind, man. You're a bit confident. You got 5 opponents in your way. I don't know how this confidence is here at the press conference, man. You're not worried at all about Preppy. Not worried.
No, I'm not worried. This confidence, some people may say arrogance, but this confidence has been instilled with me with years of winning championships, years and years of having my back against the wall. And, I'm triumphant. I always come out on top. It's just built in me nowadays. I'm just finally letting it all flourish. My greatness is out there for everyone to see. And that's just what it is. I mean, it will be a challenge. I'm not going to knock that. It's not going to be a challenge because everything in COH is a challenge because it's where everyone wants to be. Everyone wants to be at the top level, and there's challenges. But these guys are not great. They're not better than me. They're all on each other's level. But there's a step up from here, and I don't think any of them can reach it.
We'll have to wait and see. The high altitude will definitely hold the chamber in Denver, Colorado. The Endgame chamber, the great Endgame chamber too. The Great British title on the line. Who walks out champion? Find out at Endgame. And another thing we're going to find out at Endgame is our next matchup, because we've seen the greatest matches out of the 4-count Sapphire Championship. And Amber Reed has done it again. Saraya Lee will be the challenger. We could be witnessing match of the night written all over it. The best bout machine always steals the show. This time, I wonder how it's going to happen. With Saraya Lee wanting to become champion, this has got to be the toughest test yet. Can't wait for that one. Who's going to walk out and survive the game as 4-count Sapphire champion? And of course, that title will be defended in every company a part of the 4-count network, whether it's R-Pro, Ammo Wrestling, or Fireball, and us here at COH, holding a title match, one for the ages, at Endgame. And wow, from one chamber to another, I think it's time for the biggest chamber we've ever seen. The Endgame chamber deciding the fate of the television gold. And right now, I think it's only out of our respects if we talk to the champion with the target on his back. It's time to testify, because here is Gerard Bowden.
I love the way how you talked about target, right? Target is exactly what I have on my, because you see all of these men in this matchup have been going in my head and my neck and my back this whole entire time for this whole month. And now finally, as God is my witness above, finally, in 7 days, in seven long, hard, and long, and hard, and long, and hard, and long and hard days, I finally get to go in that chamber and do exactly what I am good at doing, and that is being the best, by God, professional wrestler on God's green earth today. You see, all these men in this chamber, they want one thing, and that is my COH World Television title gold, but they cannot have it. I refuse to let them have it. I refuse to let them get it out of my hands, because that is what I've worked so hard and so long for so far in COH. That's my prize. That's my joy. That's my everything in that championship. And I am not going to let any of these other men, any of these other traitors, any of these other jealous people to get into my way into having that championship. Do you have a question for me, sir?
I do. There's a lot of somewhat alliances, and it started a lot of drama. And Bowden, I think you're going to be the man on top of that mountain with a lot of situations at hand, whether you enter first inside that chamber or you're in the pod. I mentioned the target on your back, but who are you gunning for in this chamber? Who do you want
I'm
the
gunning
most
for
in this
all of them.
chamber?
I'm
All
gunning
of them.
for all of them. It don't matter. It don't matter. It can be A, B, C, and D. It don't matter. All of them got a target on their head. They have those little targets on their head, and I'm coming after each and every one. I've been getting going at this whole entire month. Everybody's been hitting me upside the head. JTB's hitting me with bullseyes. I got Tone over here talking all this trash about me, even though his hairline looks like somebody drew it on his head. I got Sean over here doing God knows what with JTB. 2TM's over here. I don't even know what 2TM's been doing. He's the one that I'm a little bit worried about so far. Josh Wolf just being Josh Wolf. But so far, I am the best.
Wow. Well, Bowden, I think it's time to hear from the others. Let's hear what they have to say. Starting with Josh Wolf. Josh Wolf on the hunt for the TV title. Now it's in the chamber, and you are the one who brought the alliance to the Endgame chamber first. You and Tone White have been aligned since the run to Endgame. Is that alliance still at TAC?
Oh, absolutely. There is no doubt about it. We are going to work together till that final two. You see, we gave Bowden the chance. He turned it down. Guess what? He's not walking out of the chamber with the championship anymore because of it. He just took away his
That's
one
funny.
opportunity.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny, my guy. That's funny. Talk about giving me a chance. How can I trust two untrustworthy people who was already full of a whole bunch of other untrustworthy people? I mean, do you really expect me to trust y'all?
You won't trust the other people who have your back, apparently.
They ain't got my back. Obviously, they got targets on my back. I'm not, they trying to go after me as well, just like you and Tone White.
You see, I have a theory about that, actually. I have a theory about that. You want to know why the other three people in this chamber are going for after you so much? Why you all can't make any, deals with each other?
Please enlighten me.
Because you are all the same. You are all corporate puppets. You come out here, sing a song and dance, say a catchphrase. You sell lunchboxes, action figures, T-shirts. I get it. Like Zoe and Daniel, they make money off of you guys. But guess what?
Yes, they do.
You don't have a message to carry that championship with. I do, and that's why I know I'm walking out of that championship.
I mean, that's incorrect. First of all, because I think my message.
What message?
Oh, my brother testified.
My brother testicles. That's a message.
But I mean, you can say whatever you want to say. Either way it goes, Josh Wolf, you can't possibly think that you're going to walk out with this title after I just dig you up at Summer Series, buddy.
After you,
I see that scar. I see that scar exposing up really
turnbuckle. People keep forgetting that you won off an exposed turnbuckle, but you were getting your ass kicked that entire match.
But what matters is that at the end of the day, a win is a win. And that's exactly what I got up against you. How can you possibly...
A win is a win. You are
you're
right.
Going to beat me.
But the fact of the matter is, in 9 other worlds, I am TV championship right now. You are the only one in that 10.
What are you talking about multiverses, man? We're not even over there, man. That's hilarious, man. We're talking about multiverses. He's in a fantasy land, buddy. He's in a fantasy land, buddy.
No. I'm walking out with that title. You won't have any say in it. Nobody will. And you know what? I hate to say it, but me and Tone, we're going to have to fight at the end of it all. But we know that, right? The other people, they're all going to have to go against each other. Do you think 2TM and Nova are going to get along? They've only ever gotten along one time in their entire careers. You think JTD is going to get along with you? You two have been at each other's throats since day one.
I don't expect them to. I don't expect neither of them to. I don't expect any of them to.
You get along in this matchup. Get along with each other because you're all the same type of person. Well, I'm something different. I'm a revolutionary. I'm a visionary. I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to take that championship from your cold, dead hands. and I'm going to
Letting this man write
spread
his.
my message. I am going to spray paint that title with KYH. Kill your heroes. And you'll be the first one
Wow.
on that list.
Okay then. Well, says I'm the first one on the list. That's a shocker. I've been the first one on everybody's list. Chamber, right? Right? I mean, everybody's trying to go after me. And finally, one person has the balls and he's man enough to go ahead and say what he's going to do. Not like the other ones got any guts to actually come out and say exactly what they're going to do. You know what I mean? But at least he has the guts to be able to do it. I respect that of you, Josh. Well, you know what? I give you a B plus on that. I give you a B plus. I can't give you a full A because of all that garbage you talked about before. But I'll give you a B plus on that grade, buddy. Good job, buddy. Good job. Good job. Great. Next.
Yeah, I think it's time to hear from more, because you think Wolf is the only one who's going to call you out. I think it's because you got the first dibs on it. Let's hear from Two Twisted Merc. Merc, you're going inside this chamber. You heard all the drama between Bowden and Wolf. What do you got to say about it?
I can't wait to hear him.
Man, there's you know what, Lions? This is the first time that I come into one of these. I guess my mind is not where it needs to be, right? I normally I'm happy, I'm cheery, I'm kind of going with everything, but I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I'm upset. I have built up anger. I heard what Bowden and I heard what Wolf are talking about, but we're not just gonna skip past what happened last week, right? Because last week there was supposed to be a one-on-one match between JTD and Nova. I'm backstage with the merch. I didn't even know you guys had lunch boxes, by the way. I'll talk to Swift after that. But I was getting my merch, right? I got my little Dustin Weaver shirt. And all of a sudden I see Wolf and Tone attacking Nova backstage. And what happens then? Wolf, not only did you attack the hottest free agents, baby makers, you also went after mine. I'm not 100%. I went through war, literally in war games, gushed a whole bunch of blood. I'm not looking forward to this chamber because of the structure. I'm looking forward to this chamber because of the competition. But I am going to say it right now. I'm going after you because you're the one that seems to be the one that keeps attacking people from the back. You don't
me a river. Buy a cup.
Oh,
are you going to continue? Is it just a one-liner? Just a Cry Me a River. Okay, cool, got it. So when I come at anybody, I'm calling out everybody. It doesn't matter if it's Champ, Gerard. It doesn't matter if it's Tone. It doesn't matter if it's you, Nova, JTD. Everybody, just like he said, everybody can get it. I'm going after everybody because I'm going into that chamber with one purpose, and that's to become the television champion, to become the new face of COH. That should be everybody's goal. Easier said than done. The difference is that when I'm calling people out, if I come after any one of you, I'm going to do it to your face. I don't have to wait until you turn your back. That's the problem.
Happy to hear. Happy to hear.
So yeah, sorry, Lions. I know you were asking a question. Still banged up. Not 100%. I'm
answered all.
I'm upset, man. Like I'm genuinely upset right now. So yeah.
I don't blame you. I would be too. And the fans were more importantly upset because that was a dream match. That was a big match on Rise, and everybody showed up. We had record-breaking viewership when that match is supposed to take place, and you should have saw that drop. The fans were just as upset as you, and I know how much you care about these fans out here and the honor of this company, and do it for honor, man. Do it for honor inside that Endgame chamber, no doubt about it. But if there's a target on Bowden right now, the champion, there's only one man in this chamber with a bullseye, and that's JTD. Talk to him, JTD.
Lines Danielson, let me talk to you.
Oh God!
You see, the last few weeks, man, they've been kind of intense. What you say? I mean,
you've been in the middle of all of it. You've seen it firsthand. You know, we just talked about that match that didn't take place last week because of the chaos that consumed the Honor Zone.
You know, that's fair play. That's all fair play because everyone's missing the whole point about this whole chamber is that there is no friends. You know, we're all gunning after one championship. And let me remind you, Gerard, that I was the first one to say I want a shot. I came up to you face to face saying I want a shot at the TV champ. And let this be known, Gerard. You may be the king of the mountain, but you forget there's another king now in COH. And that's the king of native style. And there's only one room for one king here. Now, there has been a lot of drama the last couple of weeks. Like I said, a lot of aggression. A lot of people being buddy. It seems like no one's, like with me and Nova, people don't think we're serious. But there's a time for joking. Tonight's a time for talking, but next week is gonna be a time to lace up them boots and see who really is backing up what they say. I'm nervous. This is the first time I've ever been in a championship match here in COH. This is my first time ever being in an Endgame chamber. And I'm willing to bring it all. Because like I said, I'm gunning for that TV championship. No matter who's in the way, no matter who I have to eliminate, no matter who I have to hit with the bullseye to get that 1, 2, 3 and get them out of there. The NATIVE is going to be walking away with the TV championship at Endgame.
And that's going to be incredible to see what goes down. But I'm all about stats. I'm a big stat guy. And there's only one other man than Bowden that has ever held that television championship. Usually we think about world titles when we talk about this man, but this man doesn't need any introduction. He is Tone White, and he's going into the chamber, and he might have a friend in this chamber. But I think, and I think we're going to see every man for himself when it comes down to it. Tone White.
Yes. Me and Josh have already clarified when it comes down to us two being in the final two, because that's what it will be. We will fight fairly and honorably. Bowden, I don't like you, I don't respect you, but I beat you. So I've already proved my point to you. Josh, I respect the hell out of you. I can't wait to get in that chamber, and I can't wait to be the final two and give this company an actual champion that it can actually be proud of.
With
Again.
someone who can actually say something for it.
And then we're down to people like Merc and JTD who shouldn't be getting shots at belts. We have people who are hypocrites. And people say, oh, Tone, you say the same thing all the time. You're angry, you're bitter. Then being vindictive, being bitter, being angry, being vindictive gets me up in the morning. It's in my coffee when I wake up in the morning. There are people in this match who I have no respect for, who I wish to only inflict harm on. And I'm going to do that to everybody, except for you, Josh. Bowden, you were, past tense, you were a great champion. And great is extremely loosely great. You held the championship, and you did a good job at doing it. But you should no longer be holding it, and you will no longer be holding it. Because you don't represent what this company actually needs. You don't represent what this company deserves. You represent a bygone era of corporate yes men. Me and Josh are like right there. He gets it.
Yes.
You all have t-shirts and lunchboxes, and I did that game. Lions Danielson, you were here for that game. I did that game for, 5-6 years straight?
You sold NFTs just a couple years ago.
Yeah. I did that game. You know what that game got me now? No respect. That game got me nothing. So then I finally start doing things by myself and for myself. And now I have hypocrites who don't respect what I've done so that they have a place, come in here and getting shots at things that they don't need or deserve. So now, like I said before, I'm coming for the championship, but I'm going to make sure I inflict pain and suffering on every single hypocrite in this match. And if that so happens to be you, Merc, and that so happens to be you, Nova, and that so happens to be you, Bowden, and absolutely that's going to be you, JTD. I'm sorry for the people that you go home to at night, because you won't be the same. I've been in multiple endgame chambers. I'm the only one in this match that has been. You all aren't going to be the same after this, but I will. You all aren't going to be the same men that you were when you came into this company a little over a year ago, but I will. And to cap it all off, I'll be TV champion.
Oh, wow. If we let this spill out of control, if it does, let's get to the sixth man in the chamber. The reason why we call this the All-Star Chamber, Sean Nova.
Yeah. Okay, not even a word in, and I'm already getting cut off. But how many times have we done this, Lions, where like I come in, I'm upset because I want to do something. I'm ready to do a match. I'm ready to get in there and show everybody what I can do and all that stuff. And I get attacked. I get jumped. I get beat up backstage by people that see me as a threat. And like I don't understand, why is it only happening to me? Like, it happens to Merc sometimes, yeah. It happens to JTD a little bit, but it's usually happening to me 100% of the time. And it's something where like it dawned on me where like if you see yourself in a battlefield or in prison or anything that's really a hostile environment, you have to go after the biggest threat. And apparently I'm it. You can suck your teeth, you can hiss and piss and moan and all that other stuff in reaction to what I just said, but facts are facts. Because Bowden, let's look at the scoreboard. Look what happened last week. Tone White beat your ass. Look at Summer Series. Josh or Wolf, whatever his name is, he almost had you. If it wasn't for that turnbuckle, you would have been former champion. Let me tell you something that everyone here already knows. You're not the threat. Your title reign has an expiration date. Everyone here knows this. It's just, you know what? Enough said. There you go. I just want you to understand that, because in hopes to light a fire under your ass, because come Thursday, I want to see you at your best. But right now, from what I've been seeing for the past few weeks, nothing. Nothing at all. And another thing for you to put your mind at ease here. And hopefully, with what happened last week has shown you, there's no alliances here, at least from my end. You get all paranoid, you get all uppity, and you think everybody's out for your title. Oh man, you're out to get me! You're out to get me! You walk outside your apartment, your home, and your neighbor's like, "Hey, good morning, Gerard." You're like, "You want a scandal? What? You want a scandal? What? And you're getting all this craziness and thinking everybody's after you and all that, like you're the leprechaun with a bowl of Lucky Charms. And you know what? It's not the case. Because my biggest target, the person I'm looking forward to facing, the person that I want to beat and send a message to everybody, isn't you. Guess what? It's Tone White. Because it seems like he's the biggest threat here. He already has a person on his team. He's already beaten you. He's on a hot streak right now. It's not you, man. And I'm sorry to say it. Hopefully that changes come in game, but that's not the case.
It's not him. It's never been him. You said it. His title reign has an expiration date, and it just happens to be sooner rather than later.
Look at him talking now. This guy. Funny. He's funny. First of all, right? Sean, calm down, buddy. Your blood pressure is up. Calm down. Calm down. Get yourself some electrolytes in. And secondly, right? I'm sick and tired of talking already. Right? We've all said our piece. We've all said what we're gonna do. We've all done what we're gonna do for this whole chamber. Now we have the opportunity in 7 days to do exactly what we have been saying and doing. Right? It's put up and shut up time when we get inside that chamber. You're asking if I'm ready. You're asking if I'm ready, right? You're asking if I'm ready to get inside that chamber. You shouldn't have been known that I'm ready to do whatever it takes to keep the championship around my waist. It doesn't matter if it's Tone White. It doesn't matter if it's Josh Wolf. It definitely doesn't matter if it's Sean Nova and 2TM and JTD. It does not matter. I am the best. I am the franchise. I am the crown jewel. I am the king of the mountain for a reason. And you will see that come that in-game chamber. Now, let me go ahead and say my piece and say my catchphrase. Oh, my brother! Testify!
Talk about blood pressure. Oh my goodness.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the in-game chamber is heating up. Any last words before we go into in-game, gentlemen?
I just want to say every single person in that chamber match, friend or foe, you're on notice. May the best man win. Handshakes to all of you, except for Gerard, because apparently he's too pissed off and he left already.
I don't shake hands of hypocrites and cowards. So, Josh Wolf, I can't wait to see you at the chamber. It's going to be a blast, tearing apart these imbeciles.
You keep using
on my
that word.
word.
You keep using hypocrites and every single time, and it keeps being directed. What exactly do you mean? Why? How am I hypocrite?
It's a word of the day toilet paper that he got. That's what it is.
You've opened the window. You closed the door and opened the window, so I will gladly clarify.
Yeah, jump right in.
You remember when you came to this company a little over a year ago?
I do.
And you came in and you said, I want to fight the best. I don't want to win championships. Remember that?
Not exactly what I said, but sure, go ahead.
It's around there. What are you doing in this match?
So what I said when I first came here is that I didn't want to be handed championships. I didn't want to get the treatment that many other people do and come in here and automatically get a world title shot or a TV title shot or whatever. I said I wanted to start at the very bottom of that mountain and work my way up, that I wanted to face the very best that Code of Honor has to offer. And over the past year and a half, I have done that. I've done exactly that. I have yet to be pinned. I've yet to be submitted. Again, not something that I brag about, but it just shows. It doesn't matter if I have one leg. It doesn't matter if I'm broken. It doesn't matter what it is. I thrive when I am at my weakest. And that is why I'm successful. It's because I go out there and I put my body on the line to give these fans exactly what they deserve. So you calling me a hypocrite, I never said that I wasn't going to go for titles. I said that when I work my way up there, if God allows me to, and he presents the opportunity, of course, I am going to go for a championship. Of course, I'm going to fight for it. Why would I just say, oh, hey, Tone, go right ahead, buddy. Thanks for all the work you've done in COH for, 25, 26 years that you've been here in Code of Honor. So thanks for all the work that you've put in. And that's one thing that a lot of the people in this company keep on saying. I've been here for this long. I've done this. I've done that. Congratulations. Because of your hard work, this place is what it is now. But because of your hard work, you've also attracted the likes of myself, the likes of JTD, the likes of people like Will Steele, the likes of people like Sean Nova, and all of these people who have now looked at Code of Honor as the place to be. So now you can't cry wolf and say, oh, what are all these people doing here? Is that not what you've been working for? Is to make this place full of competition, and you have the audacity to call me a hypocrite?
You absolutely are a hypocrite. One thing I'm going to edit on the names you have. Will Still was here long ago. So I'm going to push him to the side because unlike you, he earned it. So
he came back. That's the whole
so
point. He came back.
So the thing about you and the others is that you said you will start at the bottom, yet you've been handed every grand opportunity since you've gotten here. Fighting nobodies in matches. And then when you finally get a position in the match that you don't deserve, you get into a War Games match to fight for a company that you don't love, for people who don't love you back. Your problem is that you define who you are and what you do here off of the reactions of these neck breathers, instead of doing it what the actual goal is that you should just be doing it for yourself, because you're going to learn soon enough, if you haven't already, that people's attention spans are just as short as you are. They're going to forget about you. They're going to push you aside. They're going to cast you aside. And then you're going to sit there and say, man, why are they booing me? What did I do? You were just being yourself. Your hypocritical, garbage self, just like JTD. Hypocritical, garbage self, just like Nova. Hypocritical, garbage self. And this chamber is a perfect opportunity for me to expose all of you.
Tone, can I ask you a question?
Sure
How does
can.
one breathe from their neck? Because that doesn't make sense.
The same way you have the beard grown from your neck up to your chin.
What?
I don't
Anywho.
know what he's getting at, man. Look, Tone.
I have a beard on my face.
That's
above my chin. Like, what are you talking about?
Look, I don't know where you get off saying what it is that you just said, right? I don't do things. That's the big difference between you and me. I don't do things for attaboys. I don't do things for pats on the backs. I don't go and do something and, oh man, I didn't get an applause. Oh, people hate me.
That's not what you did with the War Games match? You didn't defend COH's honor for a big old pat on the back and a thank you from
I
Daniel
did it
Ryan?
because it was the right thing to do. I didn't spend the entirety of this year building a new faction, grabbing 2 people from a tag division, making a new faction, and all of a sudden, when it came down to it, you, out of all people, wanted to throw yourself on the wrong side of a War Games match, apparently, because you bleed COH. But 2 months before that, you wanted to recreate COH in your image, right? I don't do things because of attaboys. I don't do things for reward. I do it because it's the right thing. That's the big difference between you and me. I do it because it's the right thing. I don't care. I don't care if I'm liked. I don't care if the fans applaud me. They do it because they see what I do is genuine. And if it doesn't, whatever. You like this. You act like I'm just somebody who hasn't been in this industry for a long time. I have multiple world champions and championships won in other places. I was a scumbag. I was a very evil person. That's how I can appreciate the position that I am. That's fine. If that's what you like, if that's how you feel, that's fine. I've changed drastically into the best version that I've been in a very long time. So that's why I stand here confidently saying, I know what I believe in. You're just throwing smoke and mirrors, and again, your actions contradict what it is. And Endgame in that chamber, whether I'm number 1 or number 6, I'm going to put you in your place exactly how I did at WrestleCade, and you're going to go crying back again, probably try to add more people onto your faction, and this place will not be run by COH. COH will not be run by Tone White.
Little bizarre. You had help in that match, didn't you? You had your own very own special guest referee who had an agenda.
Oh, you mean like when Stars on Fire came out and put themselves into that match, right? When
they were doing what they felt was the right decision.
Was there as the enforcer to put them in their place.
They were there because they felt that was the best option.
I didn't tell them what to do. You are. I don't know what it is that you smoke or whatever. You're like in a completely different world, and it's just a shame that Josh has been sucked into that. It's insane.
It's not a new world. It's the real world. And come Chamber, when we get in there, you say you're going to show me how it is and how things are going to be. I don't think that's how it's going to work, buddy. I hope you are number 1, and I hope that I am either 2 spots after you or right after you.
Number 2.
Well,
I didn't ask
for
your
opinion. I'm number 6 because I'm not dumb enough to put myself as the first 2. But whenever it is that I enter that chamber, I'll make sure to keep an eye for you.
You're going to get destroyed. I can't wait for it. Mostly out to make sure that you are exposed. And then once you're done, everyone else is after that.
You know who's going to have the advantage? The JTD. He is laser focused. He hasn't said a word since y'all were going at it. JTD, what do you think about this?
He's probably busy chopping something down at the moment. I don't know.
It was like me. I was eating my popcorn on that one.
Listen, I ain't here for any issues or anything. Like I said, tonight was a time for talking. Next week, we lace up our boots and see who walks out with that TV championship.
Yeah, you sound really relaxed. You definitely just woke up.
Well, can't expose myself now. But like I said,
Definitely no sleeping in the chamber. It's going to be a brutal matchup. Who are you gunning for first, JTD? I just want to know. Who you got your target on first? The champion, Two Twisted Merc, Tone White, Sean Nova? You know, I've seen the Rumble stuff, the conversations on Twitter.
Why'd you have to mention that?
I feel like I have to.
You know,
it's all you two want to talk about. You know, I just want to know.
The two of us want to talk about it. It's all JTD here. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, true. And the fans have been. There's been some fans siding with you on your situation. I want to know from Merc, who do you think what do you think about this Rumble conspiracy? What's your opinion on it? You think JTD's right, or you think Nova's right?
Lions. What's going on? Why are you putting me in this position? This is awkward. No, I don't know.
Yeah. Why would you put like Merc in a position to announce to the public that he agrees with me? Because I mean, that's what logical people do. Like, I mean, come on.
This is.
So you agree with Nova?
It's besides what's going on in the chamber. I got other important stuff. You know, like I said before, JTD is right. Nova did eliminate himself, but it's it's what it is.
Wow.
Oh.
It too, Merc.
well, besides that, if I had to gun for someone, it would definitely be the champ. Because once the champ is out, there's definitely a new champion going to be crowned at the end of the match.
Easy pickings, honestly.
Then I'd go after you.
Oh.
Wait, who, me?
Yes, you.
I get it. I am the biggest threat here after all.
You look, you're more like the biggest mouth, and I mean that with all due respect. You're the biggest mouth. I think I feel like both of you guys are somebody that I would gun for as well. I mean, not to throw it out there, but
First off, Merc, that was my nickname in college, and don't ever remind me of that. That's how true it is.
College rules. Anyway,
I never even said my final piece. Damn.
Yeah,
you
betrayed Atlanta. How's that, Mr. Josh? Well, if you're not A-Town down anymore,
you know what?
And you're mad about not selling merch like everybody else. Well, you're the one who puts your Braves cap in the middle of the ring. We all remember that.
I don't need it right now.
Who are you gunning for in this chamber, though? I do want to know. Who you got your eyes set on?
There's a lot of assholes in this chamber, you know.
I mean, that is your point of view, since you hit people from behind.
It is, of course, the champ. Because, again, nobody wants to admit it, but he got lucky. He should not be champ right now. I should be the one defending in this chamber. The king of the mountain, the king died on September 7th. What's on that throne is a rotten corpse. It's time for a new one to take its place. Never meet your heroes, kids. Kill them instead.
Oh my.
Josh.
Get him, JTD.
Just I know we've had our differences in the past. I know you're still on this little I'm gonna steal a word from Tone here, this little ballyhoo about, killing your heroes, but man, you wanna call us puppets, you're just one big puppet for Tone White. That's all I can say.
Where does he put the hand? I don't. You know what? I'm gonna make a prediction. I don't think Josh Wolf is going to listen to Tone White. I feel like he's gonna break away. There's just something telling me. I just got this strange feeling that Josh Wolf, indeed, is gonna stab Tone White in the back. What do you think about that, Wolf?
Why would I do that? Why would I not just wait till the final two?
Well,
why would I be an idiot?
Well, it's your moniker. Kill your heroes.
You think Tone is my hero? He's my mentor, but he's not my hero. He's my best friend, but he's not my hero.
I don't know, man. I think you've been caught. I think I know your plan. I'm telling the White, I'm listening to this very closely.
You know
Tom
what?
White is used
I preferred
to
it when your
bringing up
brother was
new
the one doing
talent.
these interviews. Where is he? Oh wait, he's at home, isn't he? He's crying in his pillow.
Yeah, he's at home, all right. He's at home. Don't worry about him. Worry about yourself.
I guess he's
Because
planning
only
for a
one
new
man,
KTM lunchbox or whatever he's talking about.
only one man's gonna walk out TV champion. Only one man's gonna walk out.
And that one
And
man's
when it's
gonna
all
be
said and done, if your plan works, and everybody has been eliminated except for you and Tone White, what does that mean? You two are gonna have to go toe to toe.
Yeah, and we had the best match this company's ever seen.
What makes you think that Tone White is not just going to win the match, but he's gonna hurt you inside the in-game chamber? It's not just your ordinary matchup. You could be facing some real glass in that chamber pod. You can be put through that chamber pod.
That's the name of the game. You want to know something? I've been going around the backstage area talking to the people who've been in the past chambers. They've all told me the hellish environment we're all about to step into.
Did
None
they
of
tell
these
you
men are
about
taking
Tone
it
White
seriously.
and their
Oh, of course they
experiences?
did.
Because
Of
they've been
course
in the matches with him too. I
You know what?
think, Wolf, I think you're not killing your heroes. I think you're killing your future.
Well, that's just your opinion, man. Because here's the thing: out of all the people from Hitman Mafia, Tone wasn't the one to betray me. It was Daniel, and it was Dave. So why would I doubt him now?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I just wanted to know your side. You know, you're going in this chamber, not just for yourself, but this alliance. And I was seeing if the alliance is going to hold up. You seem to believe in it. Tone White seems to believe in it. Well, we'll see what happens next Thursday night. But wow, what an in-game chamber! What an all-star lineup! Regardless of what I think and what we just went through on this press conference, I wish luck to everybody in this chamber because this is by far the biggest chamber we've ever had at Endgame, and whoever walks out will be #1 and TV champion. But now, I think it's time to talk about the World Championships that will be at stake at Endgame. And now that you can take that general manager cap off there, Swift, let's talk about you defending that Overdrive World Championships. The Overdrive World title, I mean. Yeah. I was still thinking that, I was still thinking about the other world title. We'll get to that shortly, but the world title around your waist, right, means a lot to you. You've worked so hard to become world champion, and you've been the staple of Friday nights. Whether it's Honorbound or Overdrive, you have been the hero of a nation. You have been the guy, the face of this brand. Make no bones about it. But this is a time where usually you would throw respect out to your opponent, but I don't think that's the case, right, with Brett Curtis. After week of him going low on you, how do you feel about this matchup at Endgame?
I mean, to be quite frank with you, I mean, I've said it a few times over the last few weeks too. I don't think he deserves a chance to go for this World Championship. I don't think he deserves to breathe the same air that I breathe. I don't think he deserves to be in that ring with me or be in a big spotlight like that, because he is an absolute scumbag, and he is the absolute worst person I know on Earth. I absolutely hate that guy. I have always hated that guy. Plus, we've had history for a long time. I used to book the guy. Hell, he used to be on my show. He used to be on my roster. I used to have to deal with him consistently on a consistent basis, and the fact that I actually have to go against this guy again after what, embarrassing him in Texas at Summer Series, that he thinks he's ready to go again. He thinks he has a chance against me. It's ridiculous. For months he was begging and he was pleading. He was like, oh Swift, please pay attention to me, please, I just want one shot, Swift, please let me fight you for the World Championship. And what happens? I give him the shot. I didn't have to listen to him. I still could have ignored him. He took the cheap way out. He insulted my family. He hit me in the baby makers, and yeah, he got a shot. And what happens? He loses, and he's still here trying to fight me again. It's driving me up the wall. And hell, he can't even show up to this press conference because I don't see him. Where is he? Does he have any more words to say to me? No, he's nowhere. Where is he? Muffinland? I don't know what that guy does or where he does it, but Brett, you have made a massive mistake because to you, you think you hit the jackpot. You think you've won the lottery, but little do you know, I am going to take that little glimmer of hope that you have at possibly being a world champion. I'm going to crush it. I am going to squeeze it. I am going to stick it to the floor, and I'm going to stomp on it. I have no remorse for you, Brett. You made this personal. Usually, I do have respect for my opponents, but Brett Curtis, I do not respect you. I do not like you. I don't think you deserve to be in COH, and the only reason you're in this kind of position is because of who the general manager is. Let's just be honest, because anyone with a decent set of eyes and a decent set of ears knows that you ain't nothing. And you know, everybody gets into this business to be a world champion, so I completely get it. Everybody wants to be the world champion, but because of that, there's just people that can't be that guy. Brett Curtis, I'm sorry to break the news to you, but you cannot be that guy, and you will not be that guy. I'm that guy. You would go around saying, I'm him, I like muffins, and I'm him. Brett, if you're him, and I beat your ass when it mattered the most, what am I? What am I? Because I believe that I'm him, and I'm the mountain that you have to climb, but you can't seem to climb it, and you never will. So ultimately, I guess what I'm trying to say is, Brett, you're screwed, buddy. You're screwed, pal. And maybe in your head, you're like, maybe I could win this time. But guess what? That doesn't work for me, brother. That doesn't work for me. It ain't happening. And it will be a slap in my face if I've worked this hard to be a world champion and I lose to you. And I lose to you of all people. So it is not happening. No chance. And come Endgame, I'm going to embarrass you, humiliate you, and I'm going to make you pay for every stupid word that comes out of your mouth.
Well, I hope you're wearing a cup that night, because we already know what he's going to do, what he's going to go for at the beginning of the matchup. But I do have a question.
Yes.
About the medical situation that you faced. You know, you were rushed out of the arena last Friday night, and you got a cut on your eye. You know, how is that eye doing? Is it going to be 100% by Endgame, or are you going to have some impaired vision?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, he doesn't feel necessarily great. It was not something I was quite expecting. I'm still kind of a little bit in pain now, but in order to get in that ring and to put on the fight of a lifetime, all I need is a decent vision. And you know what, Lions? I'm looking at you straight in the face right now. I can see you. I can see the microphone. I can see the wall. I can see the TV over there too. I can see. So if I can see, I can work. So, Brett, you might have thought you did something, but guess what, buddy? You might have cut my eye, but I'm gonna cut your heart when I beat you again. And you go back of the line, buddy.
Well, Ryan Swift could see, but can he see the future? We'll have to wait and see at Endgame. Will Ryan Swift continue this one hell of a run as world champion by retaining against his ultimate nemesis, Brett Curtis? Will Brett go low? Will he go high? We'll have to wait and see on the high altitude of Endgame in Denver, Colorado. On top of the mountains, Swift and Brett Curtis will go toe-to-toe for that Overdrive World Heavyweight Championship. Thank you for your time, Swift, and good luck on the outcome of Endgame, because if you heard that chamber, man, it's heating up. I know being Rise GM is going to be a tough one that Thursday after Endgame. And no doubt about it, let's talk about the other world title match. Let's talk about that Rise COH World Heavyweight Championship. And here's the man. Get gold, die trying. Now it's time to settle the score. Now it's time to go to hell. Hell in a Cell. Will Steele, Prude for the World Heavyweight Championship. No distractions, no excuses. It's all down to this. And right now I'm being joined by Will Steele. Will Steele, what are your last words to Crude here tonight?
Count your days. It's simple as that. Understand, I came back here just to win a title. I came back here to take what is rightfully mine. I came back here to end this terrible, terrible story that I seem to can't finish. But over the time I've interacted with Crude, it has gotten to a new level. I was so hungry for this belt. I thirsted for this belt. I had sleepless nights thinking about that gold. But now it's just a minor prize now. Now I want to wipe the slate clean of Christian Crude. I want to wipe the slate clean of all that doubt me but believe in him. Where were all of you when I was there? I'm the guy that made him the guy. He came off of my coattails, but yet you look to him. And I'm talking to you, Danielson. I'm talking to you, Swift. And I'm talking to everybody in this roster, all the audience, everybody, all the reporters, the cameraman, all of you doubted me. I came here. I am an OG of Honor Bound. I started the moniker. I led an empire. I did that for all of you. I carried this for you. But yet none of you gave me my respect, my flowers. But yet here he comes and you want to give him everything. He been on a tear, so have I. But yet I wasn't given nothing. I wasn't given my reward. But yet here we are. I'm gone and he's giving everything, handed like a silver spoon. I don't care about Christian Crude. I don't respect Christian Crude, but I do respect the grind to become a champion. The only thing about it is that grind is tainted because you are in my shadow. I am the real deal. I am the Plex God. I'm the deal maker, and I will break every single person on this roster to get what I want. And when I came back, when I finally stepped into this arena, I didn't go for no dude in catering. No, I went to the head because I know that you're a threat. I like to cut the head of the snake. And I did just that. And now I want you gone from my era. Yes, I said my era because people got it all confused. That this is a passing of the torch. No, it's not. If it was anybody else, sure, they would love for him to do it. But guess what, people? Knock, knock. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. If I was done, I wouldn't come back time and time and time again. Listen, I'm done with the copycat. I'm done with the carbon copies. I'm done with everybody trying to be the real deal, but guess what? Your name ain't Will Steele. You can be the guy. You can try to be the guy, but you'll never be him because that is me. I want you to understand something, Christian Crude, because I know you're preparing for everything. You are out here training nonstop, and you need to. Because you have done a lot in your career. You have done a lot in your reign. And when you came to me, you made the biggest mistake of underestimating me. You think I'm just this decrepit man coming out of a cave. But at Summer Series, you hit the steel wall. You promised to put me down. And guess what? I'm still here. You will never understand what I have been through over the years. Tormented for not winning the big one. Tormented for leaving. I have been here watching every night. I have seen who rised and who failed. And I, when I was at my prime and when I finally had a shot at that belt, I was taught a valuable lesson by a tyrant. And you know what that tyrant told me? This is the top, kid. It's all downhill from here. And ever since then, I have been grinding to prove that tyrant wrong. And now, Endgame comes. Will Steele versus Christian Crude 2. And now I get to have the chance of being the tyrant to you. For you may climb the mountain and try and sit in the throne full of kings, but that is not no throne of kings. That is a throne fit for a god. And only the Plex god may sit in that seat. And I will take enjoyment in being the guy that tossed you off a cliff and tell you that you are not him. It's simple as that. My hunger for this belt, my hunger to end you, to wipe the slate clean and finally have my time, a era without a shadow like you. I am thirsting for this. I can't wait 7 days. I want this now, but yet I'm forced to wait. And that I will, because I know the victory will come so sweet. Do you hear me, Christian Crude? I want you to understand something. This is a hell in a cell. You have experience here. This is me walking in there fully committed to tormenting you, to beating you black and blue, breaking your soul, your body, everything you ever built. You will not be leaving this day the same man. I promise you that much for sure. And you will not leave here while paying respects to your God, the only God, and new COH World Champion. For you may think you're him, but you are not Will Steele.
There you have it. Now it's time to see what goes down at Endgame with the ultimate prize. 10-year anniversary of that COH World Heavyweight Championship. It's all at stake at Endgame. And now, it's time to get gold or die trying for real. Endgame will be the end. But will it be the beginning for Will Steele? We'll have to find out. In Denver, Colorado, Endgame. Now it's all up to you. Be there live. Next Thursday night, 6 o'clock Eastern. Check your local listings for Endgame. Good fight, good night.